morning, everybody. Just getting the Super Dog and the Talbot ready to roll. Gonna go haul Matt's 22B up to the steam show. First thing I'm working on here is just a quick little brake adjustment on the Talbot. These have this locking collar behind them. So you have to tap the socket down so that springs back. That's what keeps it from turning. Go till it's snug, and then back it off 2 flats. Brakes are all adjusted, lights and tires are good. Let's get to it. You'd think a guy with all this equipment would have enough room, you wouldn't have to back down their driveway with a lowboy. Also film crew. And this guy's really blocking up the road.
Move up some then? It looks like when I break over, I'm going to hit the deck.
When you're up on the trailer, you'll be fine.
I was watching your video on the 22B the other day and
I made those labels, but half of them fell off. We found a Frank. Hi, Frank.
What is this scrap you brought?
I don't know, but the guy just set us off with it. Wouldn't even follow us or ride with us or nothing. Says he's working on a scrap D8.
Don't you think we got enough of these?
Yeah. You can have mine now, Frank.
I don't want yours.
It's scrap.
We got plenty of other people that'll take it.
Got our official gypsy load of a golf cart, a dozer, and a light plant, which is our gen set for the camper mainly. Ready to head on out. Nope, we don't get any more rain. So part of the bad news we learned in the spring was my cousin's Bay City with a Cat 4600 has a knock. And we tracked that down to a bad #1 rod bearing. Parts for these 4600s seem to be about impossible to find, so I did a little trading, got us a old Cat #12 grader, which also has a 4600 in it. And right now the plan is to see if we can get that thing freed up and maybe start it.
semblance of gear, but I have oil.
got no coolant.
Gotta keep that up.
Yeah. It sounds good.
Finish towing me back, boss.
Go ahead, Winton.
Why do we drive?
I don't know. Mom started with the winch. So we're having a little bit of trouble steering it. It has power steering, and without power, that's hard to do. You got any more left in you?
Oh, yeah, we're right on the end.
Frank's ready to bail. The 2 flat tires are gonna kill us on this thing. This one that's nicely off the rim. I'd keep it right there where you got her. It doesn't winch quite like the 212 did. I'm amazed that's clearing. But this, you guys are golden. No, no more winch. That it? Yeah, the problem is you're still on the tail. I can give you a little bit. And this grader is a result of the Bay City issue. This grader also has a D4600 cat engine, just like the Bay City. So I did a little trading, some buckets, things like that. My buddy Gino brought that home, and the plan is to yank this D4600 out and get it cleaned up, painted, and stab it in the Bay City. So next thing is get this unloaded, see if we can get it fired up again, There is a hole in the lower radiator tank. I want to see if I can somehow duct tape that, flex seal, patch that, whatever, because I'd like to fire it up and drive around for fun. These tires are going to be flat. The back one is most definitely destroyed. The front one probably also most definitely destroyed. So let's go ahead and get this thing off the trailer. I'm going to try to do the old start maneuver on the way down. Hold up. I think the moldboard's dragging. So the problem we're having now is the moldboard is digging into the trailer. That's kicking the front of the grader over that way, which is not great. And the forklift doesn't really quite have enough to pull it. So College is grabbing the backhoe. I think I'm gonna move the chain over to this side because if anything that'll help try to pivot it this way for what that's worth. Probably not much. Let's see if we can get her off in, you know, without rolling it over. Not the end of the world if we do. Let's go with it. Let's see if we can start her. Yeah, go hard. And we can pull it forward, I guess. Flex seal. Giving her the coolant package.
But it ain't terrible.
And a quality Beckwith sign.
Yeah. Well, that can't be near as old as this is.
Why is that?
They didn't have this till in the 60s or 70s.
I doubt they went back and stuck it on.
Well, if they got it in used. Booth and Flynn was a big company. Yeah. They built the Holland Tunnel between New York and New Jersey.
So it was a Booth and Flynn company. I've never heard of them. Cod says they're big.
They were big.
They were big, and now they are no more. They were big prior to the 60s. This machine did them in. It's a lot bigger than the 212, that's for sure. Well, unfortunately, it's getting pretty dark, guys, so I'm gonna maybe work at this a little bit longer, but I also need to put the chains and binders away in the trailer, get the trailer put away, so that's probably gonna be it for tonight on this project. See what we can figure out on this pony. Otherwise, the diesel seems pretty good. Like I said, worst case, we'll swap ponies between the two engines and it'll be just fine.